Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Pope Leo XIV by Jesús Colina, narrated by Mike Chamberlain. Chapter 1. Why has Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost been elected Pope? The 69-year-old American Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, prefect of the Vatican's dicastery for bishops, is the new pope, taking the name Leo XIV. Elected by the cardinals during the fourth ballot of the most recent conclave, he is now the 267th successor of St. Peter. The announcement of his election, using the traditional Latin formula Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum, habemus papam, was made by Cardinal Dominique Momberti, protodeacon of the College of Cardinals. The Jubilee of Redemption, 2033. The 133 cardinals elected the new pope with a very specific mission: to prepare the bark of Peter to cross the threshold of the year 2033, a date that symbolically marks the 2000th anniversary of the Passion, Death, and Resurrection of Jesus Christ, according to the erroneous calculations of the beginning of our era by the monk Dionysius Exiguus in the early 6th century. This event is known as the Jubilee of the Redemption, and it will commemorate the 2,000 years of the life of the Church, which began on the day of Pentecost. The prospect of such a symbolic anniversary raised an urgent question among the participants in the Vatican conclave. Will the Catholic Church have the credibility and dynamism to present Jesus Christ as the Savior of every human being? Will the Church, and especially its pontiff, be able to propose the gospel as the way to find the truth and happiness for which every heart longs? We are living a disappointing paradox. On the one hand, the number of people baptized in the Catholic Church continues to grow. Humanity recently surpassed 8 billion global inhabitants, of which 2.6 billion are Christians. Of these, nearly 1.4 billion are baptized Catholics, according to the Statistical Yearbook of the Church, published by the Vatican. According to the same source, in its 2000 edition, baptized Catholics numbered just over 1 billion. Therefore, the Church has increased 40% in little more than 2 decades. The Church is burning. And yet, Andrea Riccardi, born in Rome in 1950, one of the most influential lay people in the Catholic Church on a global level, founder in 1968 of the community of Sant'Egidio, one of the fastest-growing Catholic movements today, professor of contemporary history at the Third University of Rome, and a renowned expert on the Catholic Church in the modern and contemporary era, believes that the future of the Church itself is in danger. Riccardi wrote the Italian-language book La Chiesa Brucia, Crisi e future del Cristianesimo, loosely translated The Church is Burning, Crisis and the Future of Christianity, not yet available in English, in which he presents the fire of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris on April 15, 2019, as a symbol of the Church burning in the globalized world. The situation of the Church today is very difficult. Is it one of the many crises that Christianity has experienced, or is it a definitive decline? Riccardi asks. The crisis of meaning in the so-called Christian West is unprecedented. For the first time in history, there are countries where non-believers, agnostics, and those with no religious affiliation make up a larger proportion of the population than those who believe in an institutional religion. Recent surveys and demographic studies have shown a significant increase in the number of people who identify as having no religion, a group often referred to as the nones. However, a crisis does not necessarily mean the end. It can be an opportunity to be open to the future, knowing that the greater risk is to be content with merely surviving, longing for a better past. The most important struggle for the Church at this time, Riccardi said, is not against external enemies, but against internal divisions and external indifference and discredit. Finally, Riccardi
Sample complete. Ready to continue?